Hello, this is Lucas, and in this video I'm going to be going over objects in JavaScript. So before we went over some primitive data types such as a string, integer, and so on. But now we're going to be going over an object, which is a non-primitive data type, and an object just allows us to store multiple key and value pairs. So for example, we can create an object, so we'll just create it just like normal. We'll just do a let, and then let's just create a user, for example, and then we will equal this to, we'll just add some curly brackets, and then just a semicolon at the end. So this is our variable, our object variable, and then inside of here we can have multiple values assigned to this object. So for example, we can have a name, then we can just give a name, so I just do Lucas. Then we can also do, for example, age. Then we can give it another value, let's say 25. Okay, and then each key and value. So this is the key, and then this is the value. If we have multiple of these, we need to separate them with a comma. Obviously, the very last one, we don't need to add a comma at the very end, so this is not needed. And just like that, we have created ourselves an object. So now we can actually call this. So we can do, for example, we can do console.log. Then let's say we want to get the name of this user. So then we'll just have to pass in user dot name semicolon. And we can go back to our website, and you can see that we are logging out the name, which is Lucas. So we get a console of the name. Obviously, we can change this to age as well. We can do age. It can be the same thing. It's going to print out 25. We can have multiple of these, or we can even add some more. We can add something like, I don't know, role. I don't know, just write software engineer. We can also have this, and then we can add multiple of these. We can have role. There you go. Now we can actually have a few of these. So for example, let's just copy and paste this. I'm gonna change this to user2. Then now we can change this to, I don't know, like John or something like that. And then to call this, we just have to change this user, because what we're doing here is we are printing the role of user. User is this one. If we want to print the role of user2, we'll just have to obviously just change this to user2, and then this would just print out the role for user2. Now, if you can see that these keys, they only have one, it's like a one word key. Obviously, if we want to have like a 2-word key, we'll have to do the thing that we do with a string. We'll just have to surround it with double quotes. So let's just add a new one. Let's do car make. Because it's 2 words, we'll see car and make. We just have to put it as double quotes, and then we can just give a value as normal. We can do I don't know, BMW or something like that, and then we can just print this out as well. So to print this out, it's a little bit different whenever we have to print it out. So whenever you can see beforehand, if we wanted to print out the role of this user, we'll just do user.role. But because this has 2 words, we'll have to remove this, and we'll just add it in here like this, and then we'll just give it the name as it is, so car make, and then this will just print it out to the screen BMW. Okay, so it is a little bit different whenever we have to use two words as a key, but this is the way that you do it. So now we're going to be going over how we can add keys and values into an object that we have, and then how we can delete them as well. So you can see here, let's remove 2 of these just for now. Okay, and let's print out, let's not print that now at the moment. So we have an object here created, but we only have 2 pairs of the key and value. Okay, so we have name and we have age. Let's say that we want to add a new one in. So the way we'll just add a new one is we'll just do user, okay, dot, and then we'll just give it a name. Alright, so since we're adding a new one, we can give it any name that we want. So I'm just going to do role, and then we can just equal this to whatever. We'll just do a software engineer like this, and then we can just print this out. So we do dot and row, and just like that we have added in a new key value pair. Okay, so this is how we can add it in if we haven't added it in where we declare the object. We can also remove one as well. So what we can do is, let's just print out the entire thing. So if I just do user without the dot anything, we'll just print out the entire thing, you can see. But let's say we want to delete one of them. So it's very simple to do. All we have to do is just do delete, and then the object, so it's user, and then whatever key we want to delete. So let's say I want to delete age. We don't need this anymore, right? So I'm just deleting this here. I'm deleting age from the object of user. So just this will be deleted. This will be the same, and then this will get added in, and it won't get deleted. You can go back, refresh. You can see we still have name, and we have role, but we don't have age because age got deleted. Now we can actually change the value of a key. So let's keep everything in here, and let's do this. So let's add this in, and then let's change the value of something. I don't know. Let's change the value of age. Let's say it was the user's birthday. His age went up, so we need to update that. Okay. So the way we'll do that is we'll just do user dot age, and we'll just equal this to whatever we want. Let's say we'll do 27 or 26 because it was his birthday, and then I'll just do console.log. And we'll just print out user. And now you can see, so just like this, at the start, the age was 25, okay, and then we change it to 26, so then it got updated to 26, and we can do that for any single key that we want. So another thing that we can do is, it's pretty cool, we can check if a key exists within an object. So for example, we have this object, contains name, age, and then we add also in role, so we have 3 keys, okay? And what we can do is, let's remove this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to check if the key role, or we'll just do age, if that exists in our object. So we are just going to print out, and it's going to return a boolean, so it's going to be true or false if it exists or if it doesn't exist. So we are going to search for, let's say, age, for example. So we'll do age, and then we'll do in user. So all we are doing here is we are checking if the key age exists in user. So you can see that we do have age here. And then let's see, I'll just do another example. I'll do like ages. You can see we will get a false. So the first one we get true because age does exist in user. We do have the age key, see on line 3. But then on line 13 we get printed out false because this key ages does not exist within this object that we have. Okay, and then the very last thing I'm going to be going over with objects is how we can loop through every single key and every single value in an object. Okay. So let's just make this a bit easier. I'm just going to, let's just do this. Okay. Okay, we got a role. Everything looks good. There is one issue somewhere. Let's see. Okay, let's just remove all this. And that should be fine now. Because we have an equal sign here. There we go. Okay. So now we are going to loop through every single key in this object, and then every single value in this object. So we have 3 keys. We have name, age, and role, and then we have 3 values assigned to that. Lukas, 25, and software engineer. So we're going to loop through every key and every object. So to do this, very easy. We create a for loop, but we create it a bit differently from the last time that we create for loops. Okay. So this is the way we are going to create a for loop. So just normal for, and then in brackets we are going to have a let. We'll just do key in, and then our object, which is user. Okay, and then all this is going to do is we're going to loop through user, and every single key is going to be stored as the value key. For instance, let's do console.log, and then we'll just print out key, And this is just going to print out every single key in a loop. You can see we get name, age, and role because we have name, age, and role in our object. So by printing out key, it's just a key. Now we can actually print out the value as well. So what we can do is we can do another console.log, okay, and then we'll just have to do user, and then in the square brackets we just add in the key, okay. And by doing this, we are just getting the value for this key, okay. And then we can go back, refresh this. You can see we get name, right? So that's the key. Now we are printing out the value, which is Lucas. Then you get the key, and value. Let's make this look a little bit better, shall we? Let's just do something like this. We have key, and then we'll do value. Then we'll do user and square brackets key, and just like this, you have actually a pretty good way of looking at it. There you go. You get the key, which is the name, and then the value, which is Lucas. So just like that, we can loop through an object, and this video just explained how we can use objects with JavaScript. In the next few videos, I will be going over more object stuff. It's not just, this isn't everything to do with objects, but there is too much to go over in one video. So I'm going to separate objects into, I'd say, probably like, I don't know, like 9 or 10 videos. So stay tuned for those ones if you want to learn more about objects. But until then, I'll see you later. Peace out.